The National Coalition of 100 Black Women discussed their work to empower and celebrate the achievement of women of color, and the Atlantic City POW is making a difference in the lives of children and the Atlantic City community. It's all here on the next Latino Motion. Join us.
Choose to get lost in the woods, to gain experience in forest management.
Choose to travel through time, to understand the past.
Choose to soar, to pursue a career in dance.
Stockton University offers 50 high-quality academic programs, small class sizes, and affordable tuition. Choose to match your interests and talents at one of New Jersey's nationally ranked universities.
Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is presented by Latino Motion Public Affairs Media, a New Jersey nonprofit corporation, and Stockton University. This edition of Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is brought to you by the HD Studios at the campus of Stockton University. Funding for Latino Motion is provided by Atlanticare, healthcare you can believe in. Atlantic City Electric, energy for a changing world, and South Jersey Gas. Welcome to Latino Motion, a weekly interview show highlighting issues impacting New Jersey's Latino community while advancing understanding of Latino cultural heritage and contributions to our society. And here is your host, Bert Lopez.
Buenos dias and welcome to Latino Motion. Long before the Me Too movement and an increased focus on equality for women, the National Coalition of 100 Black Women Incorporated have been busy working to empower women, especially women of color. Joining me is Gina Burton. She is the president of the NCBW Southern Jersey chapter. Gina, welcome to Latino Motion.
Thank you very much. Very glad to be here.
So for those of us who aren't aware of what the National Coalition of 100 Black Women is, give us a little snapshot of what it is.
Okay, first, our mission of the National Coalition of 100 Black Women is to advocate on behalf of Black women and girls to promote leadership development and gender equity in the areas of health, education, and economic empowerment.
It's something that's very much in the news nowadays with all the movement, all the stuff that's happening in Hollywood and the political scene nationally in terms of women coming out and this whole Me Too movement. Where does this organization fit? It sounds like you're right there in terms of fighting those same issues.
Okay, yes, we are an excellent fit because our purpose is really to foster principles of equal rights and opportunities. And we also promote awareness of Black culture. So as we see everything that's happening in the world around us today, we help to develop young ladies and girls to know the difference and that we can stand up for what we believe in. We take action on specific issues of national and international importance, and we cooperate with like-minded organizations so that we don't have to stay still.
And obviously, there is enough of a hurdle, enough challenges for women, period. But women of color have an extra set of challenges, don't they?
Sure, it's really, really tough in the workplace. Also, as we've seen on TV lately with the harassment of women in general, we have instances where we are sicker in terms of our health. We are not always able to climb up the corporate ladder as quickly as someone else, and our pay is oftentimes at a lower rate.
Well below that of men, and we've certainly seen a lot of attention that's taking place, particularly in things like Hollywood and politics.
Definitely. And we really, really want to be an integral part of making sure that we stand up and for what is right.
So your chapter is one of many throughout the nation?
Yes, we have about approximately 64 chapters in about 24 states and in the District of Columbia. So we are one of many. We join together on a national level, and we actually have leadership events as well as economic empowerment events, and we go to Washington and take a stand and action on the areas that we actually believe we need to.
So your chapter, what footprint does it have to here in South Jersey?
Okay, here in South Jersey, we are in the communities. We are in 8 actually counties.
Okay.
And as far as our footprints are concerned, we actually go out and we advocate for these girls. We meet with the congressmen and the congresswomen and basically write white papers on areas of concern.
Yeah, we want to talk a little bit more about some of your initiatives, particularly working with young women. We want to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Latino Motion. Welcome back to Latino Motion. Joining me once again is Gina Burton, president of the Southern Chapter of the National Coalition of 100 Black Women, to discuss more about the value of this organization in empowering women, especially women of color. And obviously you have a very focused outreach you do for young ladies. Let's talk about some of those initiatives.
Yes, well, we really pride ourselves in terms of working in the community for these young ladies. We actually are going to have a STEM program in a few weeks, February 17th to be exact, and we have already 100 young ladies plus that have signed up.
Let's talk a little bit about that workshop, because not only do you provide the workshop, but you also bring quite a number of mentors.
Yes. What we do is we go out into the community and we outreach to women who actually want to participate with us and collaborate. So we go to the best companies, the best educators, and we have them come in and they actually do a session with the young ladies. The young ladies have a general session and then they have breakout sessions where they go into a room and they're able to speak with these young ladies who have actually risen to the top in the areas of their specialty. Not only do they have the opportunity to communicate with all of the mentors, but they also have hands-on activities that will get them to have the feel for what it's like to perhaps be in that field someday.
And obviously, women of color, Latinos and Latinas particularly, have an issue in terms of getting them into those careers, into those science, technology, the arts, et cetera. It's very important to get them motivated and to reach to that level, to get more of them involved in STEAM.
Yes, it is very important because very often in the workplace today, we know that many of the careers are centered around those fields. And a lot of times we don't really know what they are about. We don't really know what they consist of. So providing that education very early on and then seeing some of the ladies come out and joining us year after year has been really tremendous. So we see them come back from one year to another with a focus, a more enhanced focus on what it is that they want to do at a later age.
And you have quite a number of other workshops. Let's talk about some of the other workshops.
Okay. In addition, we have a health workshop that we are actually doing in Cumberland County. In Cumberland County, we have found that it's really a community where they really need some health brought to them. So rather than having to go out to physicians' offices to get their blood pressure, etc., we actually bring the services to them. Not only do we bring the services, but we provide a lot of information to them in the way of education, people speaking, as well as materials that they can read up on. So we do that on a yearly basis as well.
Tell me about the Economic Empowerment Workshop.
Economic Empowerment Workshop, we are branching out into other communities. So we're going into Burlington County. And in Burlington County, we're going to actually bring to that community a whole session on how to prepare for college. Very often when individuals want to go to college, they are very fearful of applying for scholarships. They really don't know what they can actually receive in the way of FIFA, so we are going to provide them with that information. We have actually, again, brought individuals from our communities who are well-versed in this area to be able to communicate that very important information to our young ladies.
We want to continue because you have quite a number of others. And we have one big one that we want to talk about, celebrating the achievement of women. We want to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more Latino Motion.
Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is presented by Latino Motion Public Affairs Media, a New Jersey nonprofit corporation. Join us online at www.latinomotion.tv. Find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We encourage your comments and contributions for show topics.
Welcome back to Latino Motion. I'm with Gina Burton, president of the Southern New Jersey chapter of the National Coalition of 100 Black Women. And she's here once again to talk about some of the great events, and especially one big event that's celebrating the contribution of outstanding women in our community. Let's talk about this big event. It is the Candesi Annual Award Program. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, it's our 14th anniversary Candesi Women of Achievement Awards. This is a spectacular event. And basically, let me talk a little bit about Candesi because I think it's so important. Candesi is our symbol, and it's the symbol of the National Coalition of 100 Black Women. And Candesis were queens of Ethiopia around the time of Christ. The name is royal as they transcended from a long time of Candesis. Now, in this particular initiative and program, we actually recognize women and we celebrate women who have broken through the glass ceilings. We know how difficult that can be. These are powerful women who are in the community making a major difference for all.
And this year you have 3 outstanding women that you're honoring at this event. Tell me about them.
Oh yes, they're powerful. We have Dr. Amy Dean for community service, Dr. Colette Mays for education, and Dr. Thomasina Jones for corporate trailblazer. They are magnificent. They have stood on the shoulders of so many, and now they are actually leading others to stand on their shoulders. You know what it's like to be mentored? Right. They are exceptional mentors, and they are really, really climbing the ladder.
Now, the event is March the 3rd, Saturday, March the 3rd, and it's going to be from 11 to 3 p.m. at Aletto's Caterers in Deptford, New Jersey. We'll put that information up on the screen, so if anyone that's interested in going, this is a great way to celebrate the achievement of those women, but also to network and meet other women as well.
Definitely. And also of importance is we have a scholarship initiative. And since 2002, we have actually provided young girls with scholarships. And we also have a special scholarship for what we call non-traditional. And non-traditional scholarships are for women who maybe have been single parents and could not go to school at a point in time that they wanted to right out of high school. I would like to say that over a period of this time, we have given out over $150,000 in scholarship money to these young ladies, and they have really, really, really succeeded in society.
Oh, it's a very big event, certainly, and one that goes a long way to helping all these women. You have so many other events coming up, and I just want to mention one that you have in collaboration with La Ada. Tell me a little bit about this. It's from the kitchen to the boardroom. I love it.
Oh, yes. So you know how we are with women, and sometimes women don't really realize that they can have an idea that starts in their kitchen they can actually take to a boardroom. So we're going to actually work with La Ada, and they're going to really help us understand what it's like to move our businesses from the kitchen to the boardroom. You know, it's going to be magnificent. You know, a lot of times we as women don't always know what we can do. We have a vision, but we don't really know where to take it. So we believe that along with this organization, we can help other women move the needle from the kitchen actually to the boardroom.
So we'll put that information up on the website and certainly invite folks to come Saturday, March 3rd to celebrate the Candesi Awards. Thank you so much. We're going to continue with my next guest. We'll be right back with more Latino Motion. Welcome back to Latino Motion. The Police Athletic League, otherwise known as POW in Atlantic City, it's not just about sports anymore. It's also focused on serving the entire community. And joining me to discuss the great work of this organization is Sgt Will Santiago, the Executive Director of the POW of Atlantic City. Sgt. Santiago, welcome to Latino Motion.
Bert, thank you for having me here. But I heard you say athletic league. Well, guess what? We're no longer an athletic league. We're actually a community service. We're a community center. And by me saying that, I'm going to tell you why. Yes, we do house 303 children, right, but I also have 285 adults that work out. We have a gym on the 3rd floor, and they go in there and they work out. And then on top of that, I have the Golden Circle. They're retired school teachers, professionals that retired, and there are retirement teachers. I have 318 of them in our facility. So it's all type of, from little kids to adults in our facility, doing wonderful things.
So let's talk about the other part of that, and that's the police part, right? Why is it so important for the police, such as yourself, to be involved in the community in this way, and particularly with all segments of the community?
Why not? We're in the community day in and day out. We come when they have bad times, and we come when we have good times. I feel the Police Athletic League is a wonderful outlet, because you know what? We're reaching the kids at a young age. We work together, we play together, we play sports, we educate, because PAL is just not about just sports. It's all about rounding a kid, a young youth, all the way around. And that's why I feel being part of the community is what we do.
And obviously, we see the challenges that exist between police and community. And how critical is it that youth and the police department continue to build those bridges with the community?
It's very important because, like I said, when there's a tragedy, who do the first people call? It's us. Good or bad, we're the first face that people see. Well, by being at the Police Athletic League, I bring multiple officers. The Police Athletic League is run by civilians and police officers, but we have so many police officers that come and participate and donate their time to get to know the kids of Atlantic City and also the adults, because when there is a question about anything, our doors are always open at the PAL.
And you mentioned police, the volunteers. So they're not obligated to be part of this program. Obviously, you are assigned to be the executive director, but you have a lot of police officers that willingly volunteer to do this work.
Yes, we have a lot of officers that come. We have the Police Explorers run by 2 officers on their off time. When we had baseball this summer, we had 3 police officers volunteer their time. Upstairs in the boxing, we have 1 officer, he has like 5 kids that he brings on his own from different parts of the city. Yes, we are run by volunteer police officers. And to go a step further, because we want more police officers in the building, I have a community relations unit that's assigned in that building. So at any given time, you'll have 3 to 5 police officers in the building willing to help at any cost or any case.
How do you become a member?
Oh, it's very easy. Just come over to the PAL and just sign an application, and we have multiple pricing. Yes, we do charge, and the only reason we charge is because there's an insurance that we have to pay. But the kids only pay $20 for a whole entire year.
Oh,
nice. The adults pay $75, but it also includes the gym. We have ESL classes that they also can get for free. We have multiple educational classes they get, and then on top of that, we have the Golden Circle.
Certainly a lot of worth of activities there. We're going to continue this discussion. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Latino Motion. Welcome back to Latino Motion. Joining me is Sgt Will Santiago, Executive Director of the Atlantic City PAL, to discuss more about the great work of this organization and what they're doing, especially to help kids and our community in Atlantic City. Sergeant, you have a very good success story. I know you have many. Let's talk about one that you have. Do you have a champion in your midst? Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, we have an 11-year-old. His name is Joshua Sagarra. He actually went to the National Silver Gloves, and he won the national title. So he's the National Silver Gloves champion of 2017.
So even though PAL is a community center, still has that sports drive as well, and he practiced at that gym, he became a champion in that gym.
Yes, he works out in our gym on a regular basis, and he won. And he's a prodigy of Atlantic City. So yeah, we're really excited and very happy for him.
I know you mentioned other things that you do in this community center, the PAL building, one of which was ESL classes. So you have folks coming in learning English, which is a great thing, among many of the other things. But one of the most important things of the PAL is obviously getting kids off the streets, right?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about why this is so critical.
It's so important to get kids off the street. We know that if they're on the streets, there's potential of them getting hurt or doing something they shouldn't do. Why not come into the PAL Center? Let us help them with their homework. Mm-hmm. Let us help them with their essays for school. Let us hold them. Let us nurture them. Let them play sports through the PAL. From 3:30 to 7:30, you know where they're at. Mm-hmm. They're being taken care of. They're being educated. They're being cared for. That's what we need, because that's where we bring police officers and the community together. And at the end of the day, they're going to be a prodigy of us, our city.
I'm glad you mentioned at the very beginning, you help them with their homework, so it's not just about play. You're also taking care of the fact that they need to do their homework.
Yeah, there's so many, I have so many educational. When we say police athletic, we're just not athletic. I have EOP, it's education opportunity for professionals. We have peer pressure. We have male mentoring, female mentoring. We have homework assignment. We have computer labs. We're a big broad of education at the PAL.
Now, I know this question comes a lot because you're not too far from the Boys and Girls Club, just down the street, literally. Do you need both organizations in the same part of town?
Of course we do. It's the more of us there is out there, the more of children we can reach and help. It's not about egos or them, about us. We need more of both activities, both communities, both foundations to help our children.
And that should say that they're just as busy as you are as well.
Yes, definitely. And you know what? We need more.
Let's talk about volunteers, because you mentioned how you have police officers come, they volunteer their time, but you need more volunteers.
We always need more volunteers, because you know what? There's days that on the baseball team, you need that extra father. There's a lot of kids that don't have father, or some kids don't have mothers. We need more volunteers to go out there, to be nurtured, to be helped, and also to run a successful foundation. We need more volunteers.
And if you want to be a volunteer, we'll put up the website. You could contact you via the website as well.
Thank you very much. We'll be always somebody on the other line to take any volunteers, any requests. I said our doors are always open regardless of what situation.
Sergeant, thank you so much for sharing that information, and I'm looking forward to more success stories.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us at home once again here on Latino Motion.
Choose to get your feet wet, to learn more about protecting our environment.
Choose to read minds, to understand the human brain.
Choose to get your hands dirty, to create a masterpiece.
Stockton University offers 50 high-quality academic programs, small class sizes, and affordable tuition. Choose to match your interests and talents at one of New Jersey's nationally ranked universities.
Funding for Latino Motion is provided by Atlanticare, healthcare you can believe in. Atlantic City Electric, energy for a changing world. And South Jersey Gas.